What do you think of when you hear the words boss, soul, weapon? Ever since Demon Souls for the PS3 in 2009, Fromsoft have allowed you to transpose the souls dropped by all manners of bosses and their weapons. Some of them are known for being amazing, like the Blasphemous Blade, Sword Lance or Dragonslayer's Greataxe, and some stinkers too, like Sage's Rapier, Dragonbone Fist or Giant's Red Blade. However, all of these pale in comparison to the legendary, undefeated, the best weapon, the best boss, the Cleric's Candlestick. Dark Souls 3 is a really good game, but one flaw a lot of people point out is it has a pretty weak early game, at least until the Abyss Watcher's boss. One of the bosses, often considered a bit of a trench in quality of the game, is the boss at the Cathedral of the Deep area, the Deacons of the Deep. Keep it brief, the Deacons are, for those who haven't played Dark Souls 3, sort of similar to Renala's Phase 1. When to keep killing selected ones, and in Phase 2 you have to target one slightly stronger one. Upon defeat, they drop the soul of the Deacons of the Deep, which you can use for three things. One, you can just pop it in there, or sell it if you're a weirdo, for 20,000 souls, which for this part of the game is great. That's more than the boss gives you. Used for the Deep Soul Sorcery. The Sorcery, which I've heard is decent, like a some utility, are used for the greatest weapon ever, the greatest straight sword, and the greatest catalyst, the Cleric's Candlestick. That was one of the best weapons in the game, with a whopping 115 physical damage and 126 magic damage at +10! Crystal Broadsword has 145, 145, +10, and equivalent scaling with a better strength scaling. At +5 it does less damage than a +3 club at level 1, even without the skill that is a built-in buff or any reason. It's upgraded with regular Titanite, unlike every other boss weapon, but it still can't be infused. Has a weapon skill that grants the incredibly useful bonus of adding a torch effect, which I think I saw a guy do a challenge on with a torch, but I've never seen anyone use a torch out of that. But that's not all. It gives you Speak Guidance, one of, if not the worst miracle in the game, and if you're lucky, it might add 1 damage! Oh my god! But the weapon is actually pretty unique. Rather than a heavy attack, it has the unique ability to cast sorceries via the R2. I mean, that's a staff. Technically it's not the worst, like just by damage. At 60 intelligence it has a spell buff of 200, whereas the basic sorcerer staff is 226. But it's still not the best, as it does beat the Witch Tree branch with 184, and it has way faster casting. The Witch Tree branch, not the Candlestick. It also uses to other staves with a unique effect, such as the Storyteller's Staff, which basically just has fucking the equivalent of Scarlet Rot, it's insane poison damage. I used it to batter Gale at SL1. It's massively bummed by the Court Sorcerer's Staff. Other than the Storyteller's Staff and the Preacher's Right Arm, which is a way better staff and weapon, which has a good damaging skill, the other staff all also have Steady Chant, which boosts their spell's damage by 10%. Up % if you use the Crystal Sage's Staff. So it's completely outqualified a staff as well. Also, there's a wee detail that doesn't really fit in any other category, so as I say here, it doesn't require a lick of intelligence to use. It requires 12 faith though. That's an A scaling in and none faith. and it's called the Cleric's Candlestick. You know, like when you pick the Cleric cast, you can cast like heal and stuff like that, and miracles. But you cast sorceries, like the one that you use staffs for, the intelligence one, not. And the Cleric specialises in faith. Oh, you've done it again, Fromsoft. Now, let's stop the hate. Let's talk about some positive conversations here. For one, it's really high int damage. It has like decent damage to some bosses. At 60 int, it did okay damage to Lorien, which was less than Unsurvivable 1. To be fair, Unsurvivable 1 had like 2 buffs running and an Axis on a straight sword, so it makes sense to do more damage. Well, Lorien is also weak to magic. It had 60 points and it's A scaling, so well. The same cannot be said about his Rebro, but we'll get in that in the bosses section. Also, when two-handing, they're like a decent range for a straight sword. Hit the best watchers from fairly far away, I think. I mean, I'm running out of things to say here, but you could use it if you're like really struggling on the equip load. It weighs 2 units, whereas a Quartz Sorcerer Staff and Broadsword 2 for 1 deal is 5 units. So it's a 3 unit difference for way better damage. And if it's a 7.3, I don't know what to tell you. If it's putting in the battle, just put on like a helmet or something. Take off the gloves. What's your bloody Elite Knight for Night or something, man? I don't know. Now, in terms of how it does against bosses, I've fought a few bosses with it. Some of whom were heavily magic resistance, who I'd compare directly Crystal Broadsword and Cleric's Candlestick with. And some others use just stuff like the regular broadsword and the club, but for Twin Princes, I just had one fight with the Candlestick. And in order, the first boss I did with it was Greataxe Gundia. It took 21 hits for me to defeat him, whereas with the unupgraded Starting Knight Longsword, it took 18, with a cheeky wee no hit thrown in as well. Not much to say about this one. It's not terrible compared to the other unupgraded starting items at low levels, and Gundia is weak to like everything, including magic. But it's Greataxe Gundia. If it took any more than that, I could be a bit concerned. But the next boss that I'll be mentioning is this one I did rather extensively. I did a lot of comparison with it. Abyss Watchers. It took me 30 two-handed R1s, if my count is correct, not counting hits to the other Abyss Watchers that don't contribute to the main HP bar, and the damage the red-eyed one did to the HP bar one, with a +1, let him know, a +2, let him know, a +3, let him know, fuck the +4 let him, fuck the 4, a +5 weapon. Took that long to kill the Abyss Watchers, whereas a club, a +3, with several rings, but only HP and stamina ones, nothing like that, no Lloyds, no nothing, 26 hits and 2 backstabs. And at +5, the difference with Dragonslayer War. So its status as a melee weapon was really good, not good either. Also that level 1 with a club. But Sinos, which is the magic boss we're going over in this one, the Crystal Broadsword's charge attacks just made it so much easier. It's just another long line of reasons why it's a brilliant item with no speeder versions. And also, this was me forcing myself to use the Crystal Broadsword. Yeah, like practicality. I could switch back to normal and use like lightning primers and increasing the script. It reminds me of getting in my brain, man. Also, they're like, have they actually done like that one on release, but been doing well recently. I'm recording this on the Friday. I'm gonna have to stay up all night editing, so I'm trying to release it on the Saturday. Yeah, So, if you're using a regular broadsword, or just any straight sword, any fucking weapon, and a wee staff in your second hand, you can use charge R2s and magic. Can't with this. And if you're using a longsword or something for Cyrus, just infuse with lightning instead. But if you're meaning Candlestick, really do that. Twin Princes was an interesting one. Somewhat decent damage to Lorien as stated, but it was useless against Lothric. It was 1 minute long, which was a bit of a slog. It was over a minute longer than my level 1 run against the 2. It was a good video, it was like 4 minutes whatever. That's because I fucking played the cutscene during that, and the wee like bit where I run past all the soldiers. That's just 4 minutes of straight fighting Lorien and Lothric. So, in conclusion, Cleric Candlestick serves no purpose as a catalyst, no purpose as a straight sword, no purpose as a weapon, makes no sense as a Deacon's cast miracles with it. Could be used for 20,000 souls, gotten from a shitty boss, only comparable to other weapons its class against Greataxe fucking Gundyr. Worst side I trade with Deep Soul, not Great Deep Soul, Deep Soul. On the Fromsoft things tier list, and yes, this will be a running gimmick. It's a strong F.